A cooler Tuesday afternoon with a bit of a breeze after a cold front pushed through yesterday. Still a gorgeous day for any outdoor plans. Tons of sunshine throughout the day, but temperatures will stay on the cooler side. And this sets us up for a stretch of below average temperatures. We'll stay right around 73 degrees in D.C., but upper 60s for Frederick and Leesburg, only 67 for a high temperature in Front Royal, 71 in Manassas, 72 in Andrews. But a bit of a breeze coming in from the northwest, sustained between about 10 and 15 miles per hour, but a few gusts higher than that at times. So it will make temperatures feel a little bit cooler than they actually are. Any outdoor plans for this evening? Temperatures already in the upper 60s by 6 o'clock in D.C., low 60s in the suburbs at that time. And then shortly after the sun sets, temperatures continue to drop through the low 60s, eventually into the 50s and 40s overnight. 52 for a low temperature in D.C., but the suburbs in the 40s, 45 in Frederick, 43 overnight in Martinsburg, 41 in Front Royal, 43 as you wake up early tomorrow morning in Culpeper, and we rinse and repeat here over the next several days. Mostly sunny skies, a few clouds from time to time, and much cooler temperatures all the way through the end of the week and weekend. Temperatures only in the upper 60s and low 70s, should be around 77 degrees as we close out September. But as we end the month and head into October, temperatures do stay unseasonably cool. Even the long range forecast keeps our temperatures on the really chilly side as we look ahead towards the weekend and start of next week. High temperature on Monday, only 65 degrees with clouds and showers Saturday, Sunday, Monday, potentially even into Tuesday with the remnants of Ian. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a minute. And as we look ahead towards next week, temperatures do get a few degrees warmer, but notice still only low 70s as we look ahead through the end of next week. So the very latest on Ian, it did make landfall earlier this morning around 4:30 in western Cuba as a major Category 3 hurricane with sustained winds of 125 miles per hour. It weakened ever so slightly as it moved over land. The 11 a.m. advisory showing winds of 115 miles per hour, but as it moves over the really warm Gulf waters, really nothing to get in its way of strengthening. We are expecting Ian to become a Category 4 hurricane later this afternoon and evening prior to making landfall. Now a little bit sooner than initially thought. The National Hurricane Center bumped up that landfall time to Wednesday night, late Wednesday night. So unfortunately, conditions going to get really rocky right as folks are trying to go to sleep by Wednesday evening. And they also did push that landfall down just to the south of Tampa, which is good news for the Tampa area, but bad news for farther south and west in Florida, parts of West Palm Beach. Really going to see the significant impact. Really most of Florida going to see significant impact from this storm. The Panhandle, the safest right now, not expecting a whole lot of rain, wind, or storm surge, but elsewhere, a really serious situation continuing to unfold over the next several days. And like we've been talking about for the past several days now, the storm moves very slowly, still potentially a hurricane by Thursday morning. The National Weather Service keeps it a Category 1 hurricane as it moves over Tampa. But like we always say, the category is really only one small part of the equation. It does not account for rainfall, storm surge. It really only accounts for wind. So eventually Ian weakens as it slowly turns across north central Florida by Friday morning. Still a tropical storm sitting to the south of Jacksonville, and it's really not until the weekend that we see Ian weaken down to an area of low pressure. The remnants of Ian by Sunday morning still working their way through parts of the Carolinas. So really for Florida certainly, but the entire southeast United States, this is going to continue to be a really high impact storm as we head through the end of the week and into the weekend. This is our European model, and like we've been saying now for several days, that the models have come into pretty good agreement with the location and the timing of this storm. So we do want to take you through it all the way through the end of the week and into the weekend and what it means for us. So expecting that landfall late Wednesday night. By Thursday morning, Ian still turning potentially still as a hurricane over north central Florida before skirting up the east coast. Now unfortunately, it stays just enough over land that it will still pull in that warm tropical moisture from the Atlantic off the east coast of Florida to maintain a little bit of strength as it progresses to the north and east. By Saturday, we do start to see the storm fall apart a little bit more after it spends more time over land. And this is 9 a.m. on Saturday. We could see showers as early as Saturday morning. Now, the good news for us, we are not talking about prolonged heavy rain like they'll see in Florida and parts of the southeast United States. For us, this will come in the form of waves of off and on rain throughout the day on Saturday into Sunday, probably into Monday and Tuesday as well. But at no point are we expecting those really tropical downpours. We'll really get the outskirts of the remnants of Ian. So enough to make for a pretty miserable weekend with off and on rain both days and otherwise cloudy skies and cooler temperatures in the upper 60s. But the flood threat for us really is pretty low. The only concern we would have is if by Monday and Tuesday we see so much rainfall over the several days that we could have some minor stream, river, or creek flooding when you get that much rain, but thankfully not looking at a lot of rain in a short period of time, rather a lot of rain over several days. By Sunday morning, still tracking showers Sunday evening, much of the same. And again, those rain chances likely will stick around into early next week as well. But you know what? We are due for some rain. We are still in a rainfall deficit for the month so far, picking up just under 2 inches of rain. Should be closer to 3¼ by the end of September. So we're about 1.3 inches below average for our month-to-date rainfall, though I have a sneaking suspicion we will catch up with that as we get the rain throughout the weekend and early next week. And year-to-date, we do still have a surplus of about 2¾ inches of rain. A look at the 7-day forecast. We will enjoy our quiet stretch of weather while we can this week. Sunshine, clouds, cooler temperatures, really nice for any outdoor plans, but by the time we get to the weekend, we will watch those rain chances increase both Saturday and Sunday, with lingering rain expected Monday into Tuesday.